Let's see all the merge request. Okay. Okay, this is a font icon, all the icons, vector icons. Let's see this one. Nitesh Kumar. Okay. Let's merge it. Okay, so now let's go to our terminal. Git branch. I'll check out the main branch. I'll pull the main branch. Okay, then I'll create a new branch. Git checkout -p and branch name will be MK August 5. Okay, so I'm in August 5 branch. Okay, so we have the folders based on all the student name, and here we will be building the projects, and every one of us will contribute on this project. So I created one project detail, car messaging. Will not build today, but we'll plan something today, and slowly as we move, whenever we do something, we will integrate that in this one. Okay, so this is the car messaging. We put the car number, and whatever the car number, let's say there is a car ahead of us and we want to send some message. We will put his number and we'll send the message to that guy, and he will receive it and he will reply it. So for that, all the car numbers should be registered. If someone is not registered, then we cannot help. Okay, so this is the one project which we'll be building. Let's name it as 1. So if you have any idea, you can also send me that idea. I'll put it. All these are my ideas, and I'll be building those soon. Okay. Second is called the remedy finder. In that, user will put the disease name and treatment he took, and he will rate that treatment. Okay, so other people should know that if I have this disease, what treatment shall I take, what other people are taking it, doing it, so that I can do the same way. So he can also follow the same guidelines. Next is free food. So many times we cook food at our home, and there is some extra food whenever we cook. So user will put what extra he has, and if anyone nearby is hungry, he can get that food free. So something like free food kind of thing, concept is there. Okay, so this is the 3. I'll be adding a lot of projects, and we'll be building slowly one by one. So next will be, I already did long back with my React website, but it's long back, so we'll do it again. It will be called as views. So every person has some views, or we can call it views and religions. So, so every person has views based on his religion or his guidelines since birth, based on his religion. So he will put all his views, and other users can copy his views or follow him. Okay, so other people can follow him. So for example, someone is from Christian religion, we will put all the views of the Christian religion, and then follow people can follow that religion or any of the views which they like. So this kind of social networking where there is a hierarchy of religions and then personal views. This is the hierarchy. Religions has some their own views, and the person has their own views. They will take from different religion and put it in views, and other people can follow. Other users can follow this person. Okay, and then he will get all his updates, kind of thing, because this people like this person views, so they will follow it. Some kind of religion and views kind of thing. So okay, do you have any other project in mind? I will be putting a lot of this project, and for each of the project we will be creating a project, and then when we go through it, I will ask some of you to work on some of the part of the project. Okay, so I have created this 4. Let me think what more I can put. Yeah, like we have the Yelp reviews. This will be reviews in general. Yelp is generally reviews to business, but here reviews will be to anyone. So I can say I can put some phone number, for example, and I will say I will give some review to that phone number. So for example, or any person or any product or any service, I will just put any name and I will review that. So for example, I will find one product very useful. I will just give it the review of that product. Or if I find any service, then I'll give the review to that service. So it will be reviewed to anyone, right? So this is the 5th one I will be creating. So right now I'll be creating some of the blank project, and then we will fill that project as we go along. Okay, so let me create few projects here. So to create the project, one second. So we'll run the Expo project for all of them, and I will be adding more projects here as I remember it. And if you have anything in mind, you can also tell me. We will be adding that also. Okay, so let's create some dummy projects here, and then one second. Let me put the dummy project. Okay, so to put the dummy project, I'll go to this projects folder, and then I'll run yarn create Expo app. We'll be creating Expo app unless we think for React Native in any of the project, then we'll work on that one separately. And I'll give the project name. So first is car messaging. Okay, so on this project, you can only work if a task is assigned to you, don't touch these projects unless I ask you to work on that one. Okay, so now for each of these, I just give the idea. I just give the idea what we are trying to build. I want from you, so who can go and give some screens. So if I go to auto draw, so you have to go through auto draw and you have to create a screen like for example, if I go car messaging, I will say first screen will be the login with email or username and password. So this is the screen number 1. So you have to think what the screen should be. Okay, second is screen is the register. Okay, this is the registration with what are the fields. We can put the fields later, but at least you can give the idea what we are trying to build. So this is the second one, register. Third will be, search. I want to put the car number. So this search page will be, I will have the text box. I will put the number here and I will click the search. Go. So when I click the search, whatever I put the number, based on that number, I will show the list of items. And on each one, let's say I put MH01, something like that, and 1, 2, 3, whatever number of the car is there, I can put the car number. And then let's say I put 1, 2, 3, and we have in the database 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 5. So both will be shown here, and I can message to any of them. Okay, so based on the search, I can chat it, and once I click message, a kind of chat messaging will open with that person, and he will also receive notification and all for that. So this is a sample of what we will be building in the car messaging. I want someone to create this diagram for each one of them. So who will be doing the car messaging? So next week I want you to put some. I want someone to give me who will work on the car messaging. I want screens like this. I showed you the screens. So you have to build all the screens which we should build for the car messaging. Though it will be not exact or accurate, but I want the rough idea of what we are trying to build. So you have to think on this project and build all the screens. So who wants to take this car messaging part? Anyone wants to work on that? If no one is interested, then I will do it. But I want you to take, the initiative. Okay, so I will write down screenshot screens by Ram will work on that one, right? Who will work on the remedy finder? I want nominee volunteer for remedy finder. Anyone interested in? Okay, Kate will try this one. Okay, let me add one. Okay. Okay, let's try. Let's put this Kate one for this one. Kate screens. We are not building anything. You need to just create a screen in the auto draw and take the screenshot and send it in the Telegram. Okay. So free food. Who will work on the free food? I don't see too many people. Okay, but anyone want to take free food? So you have to think on the project and build all the screens which we need to build. Okay, unless we don't have the screens, we cannot. Yeah, just in AutoDraw, build the screen like I build it here, and just take a screenshot of this one and put it in the Telegram. Okay, right now I created limited. There may be many more. You have to think. Okay, right now I just created 2, 3, but you have to think all the scenario. I just put the chat, but you have to think of the chat also. This is the from page, how the from page will look, how the to page will look, how the logout will look. Means you have to think everything, and you have to. Okay, Nitesh will take the free food. Since we don't have too many people, I will keep it open. They can reply by Telegram if they watch the video later, and they can tell me which one they want to take it. Okay, so I'll be adding more projects here as soon as I go here, and and we will be putting more projects there. Okay, and if you have anything in mind, you just give me. I will, if I like it, I will add it here. Okay, let's add the now. Let's add the new file. Today is what, 2023 08 and 05. Okay, so we are done with this one. Let's create more projects. Remedy Finder. And let me add. Right now, these are the empty projects, and soon we will be putting a lot of stuffs in all the projects. As we go along, we'll be putting a lot of things. Okay, Remedy Finder is done. Next is free food. Okay, next is religions. Let's put only religions. Okay, next is reviews. Okay, so now today we are going to work on the React Native React Native navigation part. I'll put it here. React Native navigation, which we did last time to a certain extent. Where we did in this project, we have this navigation, right? One of the navigation is here, create stack navigator. But we'll see different types of navigation today. Okay, so for that, I will create a new project. I will not work on this current project. We'll be doing this for other projects, but not for today, because navigation is something separate. I wanted to keep it separate. So just what you do, create a new project inside your folder. So for example, inside React Native, you create a new project. Okay, so what new project will be? Navigation. So I'll put NA navigations as navs. So just create a new folder inside your React Native, and we will work today in that project. So just do it along with me. I'll give you 2 minutes. Let me know once your project is created like this. Okay, Nitesh done. So okay. Okay, so now we will try to install the dependencies for this navigation. So let's go to this folder cd nav and we will try to put the dependencies. First we'll put all the dependencies before we really work on it. So let me open the navigation page. One second, React. Okay, let's search. Okay, so let's go. So first will be we have to install this one, React Navigation Native. So I will first put all the commands which I want to install and then we'll see which one to go. So this is the first one, and in the expo we need to add this one. Okay, so let's add this one. Okay, I added this one. Next will be if we are using bare React Native project, then we have to install this. But since we are using only expo, so we don't need to follow this one. We only need to follow this one. Okay, so this one is done. Let's go to other pages. 1 second. There we go. Stack. Let's go to stack, and we need to install this one. Okay, stack. Next is this one, stack. And after the stack, if we are using Expo, we need to install this one also. Okay, so we can install this one. Next is gesture handler is done. We need to import this in the app.js, so I will just put this information here. Okay. Next is I need to install this one, masked view. Okay, I install this. I just put it there, then I'll install it together. If it is bare project, I will use this one. But since we are using Expo, I will be using this one. Okay, what else? Let's go. We don't need native stack. Stack is fine. Okay, let's go to first bottom tab. So for bottom tab navigation like this, we need to install this one. Bottom tabs. Okay, bottom tab is done. And then okay, bottom tab is done. Then what? Let's see. Okay, let's go to material bottom tabs, which looks like this one. So we have to install. We have to install this one. Okay, and then what else? Nothing. Let's go to top tabs, material top tabs, which will look like this one. So we'll install this one. And then we have to also install this one. I will give you all this one again, but if you can also follow what I'm doing. Okay, so I put this React Native pager. Okay, let's go to drawer. So for drawer, we need to install the drawer. And then we need to install this also. So if you see, if I install this reanimated part, it's asking me to configure this reanimated part, And if I go to this installation guide, we have to add the reanimated, which I already did it here. And then it's asking to go to Babel plugin and add this part here like this. Okay, so we have to add like this. So we have to go to Babel config. This is a Babel config.js. We already have the presets, which is saying presets is already there. We need to add the plugins part. So let's add the plugins part here. So remember the plugin has one array and then second array, two arrays there. So we need to add this one. Okay, so that is done. Okay, and that's all. So now what we will do, we'll go through each of this one and try to install it. Okay, let's start one by one. Let me give you this whole list so you can also do it together with me. Let me give you in Telegram. And also I'll give the plugin part. Okay, now install one by one. First one is done. Let's install the second one. You can also install together with me one by one. I gave in the Telegram chat. Okay, border tab is done. Okay, so all is done. One thing more I want to mention is that sometimes you may have already existing project and you try to install this React Native animated without putting this Babel config details. So it caches the things in his memory, and next time when you try to put this Babel config, but then also it will not work. It gives some error. So you need to run this. You need to run this command yarn start reset cache, or you can do it with npm like this. Okay, so this only has to be done if you get some error for React Native animated, because I did last time the project. I did everything, but I didn't put the Babel config and I run it, and then I put the Babel config, and then it was giving error because it was not taking it inside it. So what I did, I run this one, and then everything looks good. So this is only to be run only when you get error for this React Native reanimated. Okay, so we are done with all the steps. Now we need to import this part in the app.js. So let's go to app.js and import it. And I'll run the expo start. Let me know when you are done with all installing all the dependencies. Okay, let me run it in my mobile. Okay, let's run it. Okay. Okay, so this is my screen. Let me know when you're done. 1 second. I'll do something. Okay. So this is a starting screen. Let me know when you are done with installing all the modules and we start this. So this is a part you to add in Babel config. Okay, Kate is saying done. Okay, I expect others also, they might have also done. Okay, so let's start now. So what I will do here, I will create one source folder where I will put all my files, src, and let's put the initial screen, the top one in the source folder as a home screen. So I'll put home.js. Okay, so this is the home one. I will call from app this home as a first starting point. Okay, so let's call the home. Okay, I don't need other stuff here. I'll just call the home here. So as soon as I call home, the top first mode screen will go to home. Okay, let's see now. Let's reload the app. Why it's not reloading? Okay, let's restart it. Okay, let me connect it again. Okay, let's connect 1 second. I'll connect it and then okay, I did it. I started. Okay, so you will see the home is at the extreme top, touching the status bar. Though we can adjust it by putting some margin so that it should not go to the status bar. Okay, so right now it's showing at the top one, the home part. We can so just showing you this is the home is called. Now we will start working on it. Before I go, just create your home component and call the home component here in the app. And let's see. Uh, and then we'll work more. Okay, so just create the home and let me know. Okay. Okay, so I think it's done. So what I will do now, so if you see what we have to practice one is the drawer navigation, one is the normal stack, then we have to practice drawer, then bottom tab, material bottom, material top. So we have to put one stack and then we have to put drawer, bottom tab, material bottom, material top. So four things are there. We have to add four things in our use case. Okay. So what I will do, so I will create four screens. Okay, and the four folders. Okay, let's create new four folders. One will be the drawer. Maybe I can say drawer module. Next will be material top mod. Mod is something module. I'm just saying you can rename it anything. Next is material bottom mod, and the fourth one last is bottom mod, because bottom is, if you see the documentation, bottom is one bottom tab and next is material bottom tab. So there are two things which we have to go with it. So that's the reason I created one bottom mod and material bottom mod, drawer mod and material top. Let's create the four screen. One for bottom mod, one for drawer mod, one for material bottom, one for material top. So let's create screens. So I will say screen 1.js. Next is screen 2.js. Next is screen 3.js, and the final one is screen 4. In the screen 1, I'll be doing bottom tabs. Okay, and in the screen 2, I will be doing material bottom tabs, and in screen 3, I will be doing material top tabs, and in the screen 4, I will be doing drawer tabs. Okay, so since we have four things to do, and the stack will be present in our home component, which is this one. So we will be putting the stack part in the home component and rest other things in the different files. So let's complete first only the home component and see how it goes. Home component is nothing but what we did in our awesome project, where we took two lines of the code like these two. I add these two lines of the code, and then I'll call the stack navigator. Okay, and then I will call all these four screens. So let's import the four screens. Import screen 1. Okay, I imported all the four screen. I created the stack as in our app.js. Then I will put the navigation container. here, and inside navigation container I will put 4 screens here. So first one will be screen 1, and then second one will be screen 2, third one will be screen 3, and fourth one will be screen 4. Okay, so before I go further, I wanted to create home.js. Let me write down here in the readme. Okay. No, not this one. In our 11th number lecture. Okay, so what you have to create a source folder, do it along with me, and in that create home.js, screen1.js, screen2.js, screen3.js, do it along with the screen4.js, and create folders like which folder we are creating. Bottom mod, material top mod, material bottom mod, drawer mod. So 4 folders you have to create the home.js and create the screen 1, 2, 3, 4. For the screen 1, just keep the default. If you do RNFES, the default text will come. In the home one, just add this one. I will give you this in Telegram. So add this in the home. We don't need style sheet here. So we don't need this one. Okay. So this is the final one. Okay, let's add this 1, 2, 3, 4 and we'll go with it. So right now the home is coming is extremely top. Okay, so it's reloaded. Let me restart. Sometimes I have to restart. So there's one missing line. Let's see what I missed it. Let's go to awesome project. So I forgot to add this stack.navigator. So let's go and add the stack.navigator here. Okay, so you will see screen 1 as a default, and this is screen 1 bottom tabs. I forgot to add the screen navigator. Let me give you again. Okay, let me get the whole file. Okay, as soon as I put the screen stack.navigator, you will see the screen 1 as a top default one going here, right? And I will create some buttons here so that I can go to screen 2, screen 3, and screen 4. So let me know once you're done with the screens, then we'll go and create some buttons here. Okay, Nitesh is saying done. Okay, so since we are on the screen 1, but we need some buttons to go to screen 2 and 3 and 4. So I will be creating the buttons. Since buttons will be shared in all screen 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'll be creating buttons in a separate file called as menu.js. So menu will have button, and I'll be creating different buttons here. Okay, so let's create buttons here. So how to create the button? Let's check the documentation. So we'll take the sample button. This is the button here. And on press. So first button will be going to screen 1. And here I will pass the navigation part so that I can go to particular page or screen. I will say navigation dot navigate, go to screen 1. Like this, I'll create 4 buttons. It will go to screen 2, 3, and 4. And I'll call this menu in all the 4 screens. So let me give you the menu code if you want to copy paste. So let's call this menu. So screen 1 will always have the props as a navigation. It is by default, and I will put menu here, and I'll pass the navigation as a props. Same thing I'll do in all the screens. And I will pass navigation as a props in all the screens. And then I'll pass the menu here in all the screens. So just import this menu and then call the menu using the navigation. And navigation part comes here. Okay. Yeah, I'm giving you everything in Telegram also if you want to copy paste. So you will see I'm on the screen 1 and I can go to screen 2, screen 3, screen 4. Okay, I'm able to go to all the screens. One second. Okay, I got this message. Okay. I need some spacing between the buttons. So I'll go to menu and just wrap each button in the view. And I'll give some style sheet to that view. Okay, so let's copy this. Let's copy this. Okay, so we have some spacing and around the buttons. Let me give you this menu again in the chat. Okay, so what I did, I created 4 buttons. I added this button in all the screens so that I can go to different screens. Okay, I'm able to go to the screen. Okay, so today we will only do the screen 1, that is the bottom tab. And tomorrow also there is a class. We will complete the 2, 3 and 4 tomorrow. So today only we'll start with the bottom tab and do in the screen 1. So since we are in the screen 1, we will be doing the bottom tab now. Let me know once you are done with this till this one. Creating 4 screens, adding the menu in all the 4 screens, and creating the menu file. Okay, okay. So I assume you have done this 4 screens. Okay, now let's try to do only the bottom tab for today. So since in the bottom tab we have to see how it looks. Let's go to bottom tab part and see how it looks. So bottom tab should be like this. You see the bottom kind of tab kind of thing. And there is one sample given here. You have to import the bottom tab and we have to create the different screens for the bottom tab. So for example, we have the article screen, chat screen, contacts, and album. So we have to create different screen for each of the tab in the bottom which we see. So let's try to create different screens for the bottom. So I will go to the bottom mod. I'll create new file as bottom1.js, new file bottom2.js, and third file bottom3.js. I created 3 files which I will be displaying here in the 3 tabs in the bottom. I will create rnfes, rnfes, and rnfes. Okay, so I created 3, bottom 1, 2, and 3, which I will be displaying here as the 3 bottom tabs. So what I have to do, I have to import this bottom tab, custom bottom, create bottom tab navigator, which I will do in the screen 1. So in the screen 1, I will add create bottom tab navigator, and then I will put this constant tab here, and then I will put this navigator. So for this navigator, I need different component to be called on this page. So what components I need to call? I will need to call bottom 1, and I need to call bottom 2, and I need to call bottom 3 here, so that when I call this tab navigator, I should have called bottom 1, 2, and 3 based on what I want to call. So let's copy this tab navigator part and put it here. And instead of home screen, I will put bottom 1, bottom 2, and I will also add third number bottom 3. Okay, so as soon as I put all these 3, I don't need menu now for now. So I created 3 bottom files, and I am calling all 3 here in the screen 1. So when I go to screen 1, I will see all the 3 tabs with bottom 1, 2, and 3. So let me show you how it looks. So you will see I am on the screen 1 where I see bottom 1 as the bottom 1, and we have 3 tabs here, bottom 1, bottom 2, and bottom 3. We are in the screen 1, and inside screen 1 we are in the bottom 1, and this is the content. We can hide this header, but that is not the part of today's class, to hide the screen 1 or to hide the bottom 1. We are not hiding it today, but tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll show you how to hide it. But today the task is, when we go to screen 1, we have different tabs at the bottom. Though you don't see icon here, which I will show you now in a minute, but at least you see we have 3 bottom, and we are going through one by one. Bottom 1, 2, and 3. So just create three bottom files inside the bottom mod, and call it in the screen 1, and call the tab navigator to call the bottom 1, 2, and 3. So when we go to screen 1, we will see bottom 1, 2, and 3. So let me give you the screen 1 again. Okay, so some of you might have done together with me, so they are done. Since there's no way to go to screen 2, so we will add the menu inside the bottom 1, 2, and 3. But right now, I will not do it. I'll do it tomorrow. But at least we want to see how the bottom tab looks like. So here we have 3 tabs. Now let's try to make little more complex these tabs so that we can see the icon also. Right now I don't see any icon. Okay, because I just call the tab with a simple component name, and I didn't pass any icons. I need to pass the icon to show it in the bottom 1, 2, and 3. So how to show the icons? If we scroll down, there is different example at the bottom. So this is the example which we will copy. So to pass the icons, we need to import this line, material icons, which I will do it here in the screen 1. And then in the tab navigator, I will copy the tab navigator and put it here. But we don't have the component like feed. We have the bottom one. So let's rename the components. So if I see now my screen, you will see I have the icons also, and name is also changed. First one is saying home, second is saying update, third is saying profile, because name is given here like this. Tab bar label is profile, so you are seeing profile. If I put this as a bottom 3, you will see as a bottom 3. So whatever tab bar label I will provide here, you will see it here. And in the second case, you will see I have tab bar badge 3. So it's showing 3 in the badge. So this value will actually come dynamically from the database, and we will update it based on whatever user has. But right now we are hard coding with the value 3. So let me give you the screen 1 again in the chat. So what we did, we call the 3 bottoms, and then we put a tab navigator. And in the tab navigator, we have different options of the color kind of thing, which we will take after a few days, because that is not the part of today's class. Today we just want to show the bottom navigation. Okay, so this color is not important for today's class. I can remove it also. Okay, so I don't want to concentrate on the color part now, or let's keep it, but we will not talk about this today. So we have only 2 things to talk about: label and icon. So in the icon, we call the material community icon with the name, whatever icon you want to display. And here we add the badge. Here we add the different icon. So, and when I go to home, you will see bottom 1 is there. When I go to update, bottom 2 is there. When I go to profile, bottom 3. So we are going to different components based on what you click. So just add this screen 1 and see if it looks like this one. Though we can hide bottom 3 in the screen 1 anytime, or we can rename it to something different also, which we will do in after few sessions. So let me know if this bottom tab is working for you. Okay, I believe others are also doing. Only I see the confirmation from Nitesh. But if you are not done, just do it whenever you can. So today we have seen that bottom navigation, and tomorrow also there is class where we will go to material bottom, material top, and drawer mode. Tomorrow we'll finish all these three different type of navigation, which you can include in all of your projects. So in some project you like to do bottom navigation, you use this one. Some places you like the top, you can put top one. Some you like material bottom, which is little bit colorful, you can use that one also. And there is a drawer mode. If you like drawer mode, you can do that drawer mode also. Okay, so that's all for today. Any questions? I'll commit my changes. Okay, somehow I have to restart it. It's okay. but I'll commit my changes now so that you can get it. So what is the project screen related text? I don't understand. What is that? Okay, so I committed this auto draw thing. Let me go to auto draw again, and I'll just take a screenshot of this one. 1 second. So if I go here in the print screen, this is what the sample which I have. I'll give you in the Telegram. Okay, so you need to copy this one, and I merged my changes to the main one. So you will get all the my changes there in your code base. If you go to main main branch. So if I go to git checkout main, so all the files will be there in the main. See, all the files are there. Okay, so you know we will be doing some part like we did navigation today. Tomorrow also we'll do navigation, and then we will include that navigation in our projects. And I will be thinking more of the projects which we will be building. And if you have any idea, just give me that idea also. We'll build that also. Okay. Any questions?